Good morning, class. My name is Miss Bauer. Today we're going to be learning about reflections, rotations, and translations. First, let's get started with our definitions. A transformation is the term used to determine the way a shape is being manipulated. A reflection is our first transformation. A reflection is the flipping of an object across a line without changing its size or shape. You can see here in our picture. A rotation is our second transformation. A rotation is the rotating of an object around a fixed point without changing its size or shape. You can see a picture of a rotation right here. And our third transformation is called a translation. A translation is the sliding of a figure in any direction without changing its size or shape. And you can see that in our picture right here. Now let's learn the steps to being able to identify what kind of transformation we're working with. Our first step is to identify where our original shape is. Our second step is to identify where our transformed shape is and see in which way it has been moved. Our third step is to finally identify the transformation. If your shape has moved around a single point, it is a rotation. If your shape has flipped over a line, then it is a reflection. And if your shape has completely moved in any direction, it is a translation. Our last step is to write the transformation that we determined and put that in the answer space. Now let's move on to the fun part, which is identifying our transformations. If you need help, our steps are listed right here, and you can always raise your hand and ask a question. So our instructions say to identify the transformations. Our first example shows the letter L with a line down the middle and another L facing the opposite way. This is going to be a reflection. We know that because the L is being reflected over a line. Our second example shows the letter L beginning right here and moving to the right and down. This is going to be a translation. We know this because the letter L is being moved without changing its size or shape. Our third example shows the letter L with a dot on one of its points and an arrow showing that it has rotated. This is going to be a rotation. We know this because the letter L is being rotated around one single point. Now it's time for you guys to try identifying transformations on your own. I have here 3 practice problems for you to work on. I will give you 15 minutes to finish these problems, and if you need any help, raise your hand. Now that your 15 minutes has passed, let's go over our answers. Our first transformation shows an L being translated to the right and up. This shows that it is a translation because it is moved from one spot without changing its size or shape. Our second example shows the letter L facing the bottom with a line down the middle and another L facing up. This is going to be a reflection. We know this because the L is being reflected over a line. Our third example shows a letter L with a dot on one of its points and an arrow showing that it has rotated. This is going to be a rotation. We know this because the L has been rotated around a single point. Today we've learned about the transformations called reflections, rotations, and translations. Thank you guys for being such an awesome class and learning these concepts so well today.